time. Actually, been alive on here before, but I have disregard disregard the lighting and stuff. But I just wanted to touch base with a lot of you guys who are on here for my TTC journey, since I have what do you call it? I basically posted that video talking about trying to conceive now newly on this journey after having a baby post tubal reversal. So I did mention last time that last month it was kind of like hit or miss. I really did not TTC in the way that I should have been. And hi, Tracy Ann. Welcome. Yeah, so hi. Welcome, guys. You're so you're so funny. I'm mad at myself because I actually deleted that video by accident. Oh my goodness. But I'm just touching base. Hi. You love thank you. As As Altina. I'm trying to pronounce, so I don't want to butcher anyone's name. Sorry. But yeah, I'm just coming on quickly, just trying to touch base on my whole TTC journey because I'm not at home, and it's been. I just wanted to. I didn't want to neglect this channel because I'm having some difficulties uploading my videos and whatnot. But I wanted to kind of just put out just what's been going on with my journey, and so this month it's kind of, once again, it's been kind of like hit or miss because it's either you're intimate around like the time when you're fertile or you're not, and it wasn't as frequent around that time as it probably should have been. But at the same time, I felt little things, little twinges here and there, and it's I wanted to kind of do a video to kind of talk about it. I don't know if any of you guys have ever experienced it, to just get the feels, get out of my head a little bit and not just be googling stuff. But I remember the last time when I was pregnant with Zoe, my 1 year old now. When I was pregnant with her, I felt like I could feel pregnant around a certain time frame, like I don't know, like the 6 day mark. But a lot of people say that's way too early to know anything. But I felt like I kind of knew. So I don't know. That's where I'm at right now. I'm just kind of, I feel stuff, and then I'm like, I wonder if it's, I wonder if it, I wonder if I'm pregnant. I wonder if it's actually, I don't know. I'm just, I'm not. I don't want to psych myself out. But let me know if any of you guys have experienced this whole early pregnancy feeling. If you Google it, a lot of people say that it's too early, that you can't know. But even when, like I said, when I was pregnant the last time, I felt like I knew, because if those of you who follow my family vlog channel, you would have known my husband and I actually went to Texas around that time, and I felt pregnant before I went there. And when I got back, I was actually like 8 days post what do you call it? The 2 week. I was 8 days in my 2 week two week wait or whatever period that's called. And when I tested with using a dollar store pregnancy test, it actually showed positive, and that was only 8 days post. And I actually felt like something had happened somewhere before that, like 2 3 days before that when I was there. I remember the cleaning lady coming into our room, the hotel room, and cleaning, and I could not stand the smell of the product that she used. I felt like I was dying. I was literally sitting on the bed, hovered over with a blanket, like trying to just cover my nostrils just so I didn't have to breathe that stuff in. And I was so early along, so I don't know. It's really hard to know if you can know these things ahead of time. I don't know if any of you guys have ever experienced that, and if maybe I'm just psyching myself out, which I do not want to do. I'm very optimistic, though I feel like I've been in my head now that, I don't know, I'm in my head all of a sudden again because I'm like, I have one tube. Like, it happened so quickly the first time. Is it gonna happen again the second time? And I don't want to psych myself out, but I was reading a book I was looking around if I could see it because I'm at my parents right now. I was reading a book and it was saying like, you know, fear nothing, pray about everything. And I just got to remember that and not psych myself out. Praying for you, girl. Let's keep our fingers crossed. But wait, you have a family vlog channel? I didn't know. It kind of is. Yes, I do. It's called the Zebra Tribe Fam. So yeah, if you type that up, you will see it. And I think it's also on the front of our channel here. You'll see it says related channels. So yeah. So I don't remember what I was saying now. Ah, but yeah, I don't want to psych myself out. So yeah, I just came across a book that said that. It said, fear nothing, pray about everything. And that's what I'm going to keep doing. Remember the last time on this journey, I prayed and prayed. I felt like I prayed so hard, y'all. And I don't want to be that person that as soon as I got what I wanted, what my heart desired, never had any early signs. I always know around 2 months. Okay. Yeah, that's how I felt with my first ones. But the more, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it was really pregnancy symptoms that I was feeling, but I did feel bloated. I did feel bloated when I was in Texas. I didn't feel like myself. So, and it came back and it was actually positive, and that was only the second month because the first month of actually TTCing after my tubal reversal, I did get pregnant, but it did end in a chemical pregnancy. And so this was the second month of trying. I wasn't too I don't want to say I wasn't optimistic. I feel like I just prayed and I tried my best to trust. That's all I could do, but my nerves were there and they're in the back of my mind, and that's what I'm trying not to do this time. I'm trying not to psych myself out. So if any of you guys are on this journey with me, we have to help to like support each other, and I'm going to ask you guys to pray for me as well. I'm trying not to allow myself to be clouded with like just certain thoughts, you know, of like, oh, I'm so blessed. I do have four other children, and just the desire to want another and to extend my family. I know people have different things to say about that. It's like, oh, you have four, yada yada. But like I said, it's my heart's desire, and if it's God's plans for a family, then it will happen. And so I have to trust in that and not start the new year off on this TTC journey with just negative thoughts, you know, or yeah, basically just negative thoughts. I have to be positive and remember that it's in God's hands. It's not in my control, so I shouldn't fret over it. That's kind of where I'm at. So this month, I my kit still has not arrived from Amazon. I didn't order it. It was too late by the time I ordered it, so I didn't receive my kit. So I'm not exactly using the OPK or whatever to check. God is gonna bless you with the boy now. We'll see, right? Oh my goodness. Can you imagine if I end up with 5 girls? Oh wow. It'll be so interesting. I love my girls, but it'll be very interesting if I have 5 girls. But yeah, we'll see. So I'm going to be using the OPK test to formally check when I'm ovulating. I'm kind of going by the app that I have at the current moment, and it is the pregnancy app. Oh my gosh, like this week has just been a nightmare because I was using the, what do you call it, that app. I'm using a pregnancy app, and I deleted, so I had it, I paid for the upgraded version when I was pregnant with baby girl, and I kept it on my phone. And this is a section that actually has the community that you can touch base with, and you know, you can meet different people on there who are either trying to conceive, who have had a tubal reversal. There are in fact very few people with tubal reversals on there. People who are just trying to get pregnant, people who just had their babies. So I enjoyed the community. I didn't interact as much on there, but it was nice also seeing other people's story and being positive for them and praying for them and stuff like that. So I did enjoy that. But I don't know, I somehow had the app downloaded on my phone twice, and I deleted one, and the one that I deleted just so happens to be the one that I paid for. So now I have the other section of the app on my phone, but I no longer have access to the community, which is so frustrating. So I don't know what to do. I'm just trying to figure out if I should just delete it all off my phone and repay for it again. Yeah, it's just, yeah. This all just happened around the Christmas time. It's just a little frustrating, but it is what it is. But yeah, comment down below and let me know. Hi. My daughter's in the background. Let me know if any of you guys are on a TTC journey and just how, I don't know, what do you do to just remain, not stressed, because stress myself out. What do you guys, what kind of things do you do? And do you enjoy watching TTC videos like myself? This is why I'm starting to make some on this channel as well, because I do enjoy watching these kind of videos. They are inspirational, and I love seeing women, get their big, BPF or BFP, BFP, their big fat positives on their journey. So yeah, I just wanted to touch base and share that. I'm feeling twinges, but I don't know if it's a sign of early pregnancy, and I might just be in my head, but I feel something, and the girl just don't know. And it sucks because not a lot of people have experienced it. If you go into like pregnancy forums, you'll see that there are other women who have felt what I'm saying I'm feeling and have said that they knew they were pregnant from the beginning. So I feel like this has happened to me the first time and I was pregnant. So that's why I'm trying to remain optimistic, because I feel like it might be something, but I don't know. Ugh. And now I'm going to have to do the whole 2-week wait thing, because I'm just coming out of my fertile zone or whatever. So I have a few days, well, a lot of days. Oh, he prayed for me. You enjoy seeing my family expand. Oh, thank you. It's very sweet. Oh, thank you. Yeah, prayers are so important. That's how I want to start my new year off. I want to start it off being fearless and not stress about it. I'm already in my head a little bit and I'm trying to get out. And sorry if you can hear all the background noise, because I'm at my family, so the filming space is not the same as at home, but make do with positive. And so for those, I should have a positive message to tell you guys, those of you who are starting off the new year. Like I said, be fearless, pray, pray, and pray about everything. Comfort. Honestly, that when I first started, I felt somewhat kind of like, okay, it's repetitive. But after a while, I felt so relieved, and I felt a sense of comfort as I was going through my pregnancy journey, or my TTC journey. I felt covered, and I just felt like, if it's God's plan, it's going to happen. Why am I stressing over it when I literally have zero, zero control? I mean, yes, in the act of trying to have the baby, that's one thing. But if you do trust in the Lord, you understand that you literally have zero control, because there are lots of people that are doing it like they do on the Discovery Channel and they're not, and things don't happen. But it's like I said, it's all in the matter of God's control, and I don't mean to make light of that. I'm so silly sometimes, but I don't mean to make light of it. I'm just saying, if it's in God's will, then it will happen. And I need to just, those of us that are TTCing, need to just kind of banish that idea to control the show. Just do our part, but trust in Him that it will work itself out. And sometimes it's, like I said, the stress is a huge, huge factor. Your body's not functioning in the way that it's supposed to when we're super stressed out. So that's one thing I'm noticing. Even like me with my blood pressure, every now and again, I won't, I'm like thinking about something so hard that I don't realize that my head is like literally pulsating. And I feel so foggy headed, and then I'm aware, and I'm just like, okay, breathe, and I feel so much better within moments. So definitely do your best to not stress about it, and just do what you need to do. It pays. The OPK test, I found, I'm gonna say this is gonna be like my real chance of working with one, because last time I didn't get that opportunity. I do consider myself to be like a very fertile person, because every single time that we attempted to make our children or to have our children, I got pregnant immediately. And even the last round with only having the one tube, which was initially kind of, I was nervous about, I was anxious about it because I only had one. It, I got pregnant immediately. So I'm hoping, kind of hoping that the same thing will happen, this time around. But I want to start with using the OPK test and whatever I can to help the journey, help boost the journey along and just have more awareness of my body. I'm not going to do the whole thermometer testing, at least not right now. I want to start off basic. So if nothing works at that point, then I might progressively use other things. Someone also recommended PreSee to me, and I think from what I gather, it's to help, strengthen the little guys on the male part to help just boost them along, especially. And I guess the fact that I have girls, this is like a different topic, by the way. The fact that I have girls and the girl, what do you call it, fall? The girls swimmers are they slower? Comment down below if you guys know this. The girls are slower at swimming and they can only go shorter distances, I think. The males are faster. I don't know. I think I'm getting it wrong. But comment down if you know what I'm talking about. I think the whole point of the pre-seed is to just to get those swimmers a little stronger so they can swim the distance and, get to where they need to get. So I have no experience with that either, but that is something that I definitely want to, I might try depending on, you know, how things go in the first few, I guess, months of trying. So this is basically month one. We made the decision last month to begin TTCing, but this is officially like our first real month because by the time we made the decision, my fertile zone was kind of, in the midst of passing. Um, we are disconnecting here. I don't know if this is going to reconnect ever. Comment down below. Let me know if you guys are seeing me, please, and thank you. I know, and I look a hot mess, but I don't know if this is still working. While this is showing me that we're reconnecting here, are y'all able to hear me? I'm not sure. Ah. And I would love to hear I'm just going to continue talking in hopes that it's doing something, but I'd love to hear from those of you who are TTCing and just know what you are doing on your journey to help your journey along. Okay, that's good to know. Thank you. You can hear me fine. Okay. It's strange how it's showing me that it's doing something or another, but yeah, I would love to know for those of you who have maybe you had a child already and what did you do in the past to help you out on your journey? And for those of you who might be TTCing again, uh, what is it that you do? What are you using to aid, I guess, in the hopes of becoming pregnant? I think another thing that is kind of fearful of mine is that I'm approaching 35. Some people say that's young, others make it seem like it's kind of getting up there. So I don't, yeah, I don't know. I guess it would be nice to maybe try to, conceive before the 35th birthday, which would be in June. But yeah, I think like I'm having difficulties here, so I'm probably going to be disconnecting with you guys. But yeah, I'd love to hear some comments down below this video with you guys touching base and letting me know just how your TTC journey is going, what you've done before, like I asked, to help, and yeah, just share anything that you think might be useful on my journey. And if you've also have an experience with the whole PreSee product that you can get, it's on Amazon. That's where I was told to look for it because I've never seen it in stores. I'm also living in Canada. One thing I've noticed is that it is pretty pricey. It's like $50 for that product. And I know, and that was American pricing, so I know it's going to be even more expensive here. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But thank you guys for tuning in. I wanted to share just what's going on with me. And yeah, I didn't want to leave you guys hanging. I might come back on. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens when I get home. That I can actually sit down and do a proper video. Right now, I'm just trying to talk off the top of my head on lack of sleep as well, given that it was the holidays and your girl stayed up really late watching movies and playing charades and just having a lot of fun. So my brain is just kind of like but I just wanted to touch base on this subject matter and just hear your guys' thoughts and just connect. It's nice to connect, and I'm so happy that there are, women like you guys out there just that are willing to connect and just kind of build this little community, because it really helps. I don't feel as alone on this journey. Kind of like when I was on my tubal reversal journey. I did not know anyone who was on it. Didn't know anyone who had a tubal reversal. I didn't even on YouTube. The videos were scarce, and that's why I made my own tubal reversal series of videos on here, because there weren't many so it's really nice to have support and just have some people to relate to. So you guys can, I love reading your comments, and I'm definitely trying to be more active on this channel and respond to your comments as well. Every comment that you leave is really appreciative, and as I continue on my journey, I will definitely do my best to post and share with you guys. The more I'm getting in touch with this YouTube thing, and just the more experience I become, the more I realize, okay, there's so many little things that I always tend to skip over, and I'm trying not to do that. So I'm going to be sharing, different aspects of my journey as I go along, and I just want to welcome you guys to follow me along on the journey. So thanks for tuning in, guys, and you're greatly appreciated. I will talk to you all soon. Bye. Oh, can you answer my question on the number of C-section and the risk? Oh, okay. So I've had 4 C-sections. When I had my third, so when I first, if you guys, I don't know if you guys know my, pardon, I left egg. I have 4 C-sections. When I had my third, I was I wasn't specifically told by any of my doctors that I couldn't have any more, but I knew firsthand back when I was, back in the day, that 3 was the max. That's what I was originally told, not specific to me, but what I heard about. So I knew, I was like, oh, okay, 3 is the max. Well, I'm approaching 3. So I was gonna, I kind of made the decision that I was gonna tie my tubes. I also, mind you, I gained a ton of pregnancy weight, so that's a different story, but that was another thing that kind of encouraged me in that direction. When I went to tie my tubes, however, the doctor asked me a few times if I wanted if I was sure. And so, I mean, that alone, I think, kind of gives the indication that he didn't necessarily think that I had to, because he knew I had 3 C-sections. In fact, when he asked me, I was still pregnant at the time, and I was going to give birth to my third, and he asked me, like, are you sure? Like, you're really young. But I felt sure, and yeah, that was that. Then when the idea of wanting to have another child came into mind, I went and spoke with my family doctor, who, and asked him just about the risk. I called up the previous doctor who did my C-sections, and from what I gather, nothing was actually written that, any issues occurred during my surgery and whatnot. So there weren't any, I mean, there's a risk obviously with having the surgery, but there wasn't anything specific to me or anything of that kind. So yeah, then I went and had my tubes reversed after having it tied, like 10, it was like 8 years difference. And then I had this C-section, I had my 4th C-section, and no one said anything. The only thing that was told to me at the end of my 4th C-section is that it took a little bit longer for the baby to come out, especially given that I've had a bunch of surgeries. I've had 3 C-sections before this one, the last one. I had a tummy tuck. I've had a tubal reversal. So I've had a number of surgeries, and That was the only thing that was said, is like, oh, she took a little longer to come out because of all the surgeries and the scar tissue, but they overall everything went well. My what do you call it, my surgeon then said, the funny thing is, he wasn't the one that delivered me. My surgeon actually had booked family vacation and when it had to go away around the time that I was giving birth, so he had his colleague step in, and she's the one that did my surgery. She did a phenomenal job. I really appreciate her to the max. um, and yeah, she was very genuine and very sweet. No one ever said, oh, you can't have any more, you can't, and you shouldn't, we ran into this issue and that issue. So I think it all has to do with each individual. I think it has to do with whether or not your physician, told you, I don't know, that they think if you're at a risk, or if you ran into any kind of issue. I think you really have to play it by ear, and by ear, and talk to your physician and see what they're saying, because they're the ones who did your surgery, so they would generally know if there are anything that would probably be an issue. Say, for instance, you had like uterine rupture in the past, or say, for instance, they go in and they see that your uterus lining is thin, and they don't feel like it's fit enough to carry another child because they don't want certain things to happen. Well, yeah, then they would let you know that kind of stuff. So nothing was told to me. Overall, my doctor was supportive. In fact, when I went for my 6 week checkup, I ended up having to do mine a little bit early at the 5 week mark. And based on my recovery and everything, he's like, oh, yeah, you're doing great and you are welcome at any point to start. Um, I know you want to have more children, so just you're at that point, because he was going to talk to me about contraception. And it's like, well, I don't know if you want to do that, because certain contraception is going to can hinder you from wanting from having proceeding with having more kids. And I know you said you wanted to have more, so he gave me the okay to go ahead at that point to go on with a fifth pregnancy. So like I said, it's to each their own. It's to listen to your doctor. I feel like they generally know what's up. It's important to have a good relationship with them, and to be with a doctor that you can trust and you feel comfortable with, because some doctors don't have your best interest in mind. And I must say, like with my first pregnancy, I didn't feel like that doctor necessarily had my best interest in mind. But I don't fully know. I don't know. So I hope that kind of answers the question that you asked about the risks involved. It's a major surgery, so there is always a risk. Awesome. You had good doctors. I've had the same exact number and types of surgeries as you. No extra risk. Thank you so much. Good luck on the cycle. Oh, thank you. Are you TTCing again, or are you done with having kids? Uh, yeah, like I think there are definitely risks involved. Oh no, you're not. Okay. So yeah, another thing is, oh, you're currently pregnant. Okay. And pregnant with number what? Is this number 4? There is a woman that commented on a video of mine with number 4. Okay, you're pregnant with number 4. Okay. Well, best of the luck on your pregnant. Oh, I do recall actually responding to one of your comments now, Bonita. Yeah, best of luck on with the rest of your pregnancy. And yeah, if just be optimistic, be positive, and I feel like that all goes a long way. Don't think negative, or you're pregnant. I mean, there's some women who may not have even tried to become pregnant per se, and they became pregnant. And instead of like, you can't do anything at that point. You can't stress about it. You just have to, baby's gonna have to come out at some point. So we just gotta go with the flow and just hope for the best. But if I also have met women whose doctors have been like, no, you shouldn't have any more, and they have gone on to have more kids outside of doctor's order. I met this one lady who actually, she said she had uterine rupture with her first, her second, and third, and then they told her you shouldn't have any more, and then she went on to have a fourth and a fifth and had no issues with her uterus. So it's so strange how our bodies work. And those were pregnancies that she desired, and she was hopeful and positive that it was all going to work out, and it did. And I'm not saying that's, that's the overall end all answer, because it's important to be safe as well. But she went on to have 2 successful pregnancies after having 3 uterine ruptures, which that sounds like, it almost sounds crazy. So, um, yeah, that happened. And I was thinking of another, I was thinking when I shared my tubal reversal story on our family vlog channel, someone was on there telling me that they had 9 C-sections. 9, guys. There's someone out there that has had 9 C-sections. I didn't even know that was that was a thing. So there goes that 3, the maximum 3, out the door. And I mean, even my success story is a testimony of that, and saying, like, I guess technology and things have come such a far way that 3 isn't necessarily the minimum anymore, especially if things, are okay and you're in good health, and your doctor gives you the okay to proceed given how the surgery turnout was. So yeah, I don't believe 3 is the number in today's, not generation, what, I don't know, in today's time. So many things have changed, and I've actually met quite a few women who've gone on to have more than 3 C-sections. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. And yeah, I don't mind answering. I think if you guys want to give me questions down below, I can answer your videos more. Yeah, I'm glad that helps. So you guys, I can answer those kind of questions. If you give me questions, I don't mind answering them, because then it gives me more of a direction to go on when I come on here to talk. Baby girl needs me, so I gotta go. But I can answer questions in a more clear and concise way. I swear my brain is, when you're running on mommy brain and low fuel, sometimes your brain feels like it's discombobulated. So I come on here and I'm like, all over the place, but So anyways, thanks for tuning in, guys. And if you have any more questions, definitely leave it down below and I will answer it in video form. I enjoy going live. This is me. I love being candid, and I don't have any qualms with ever just being me, because there's nothing to hide. So it's like I'm talking to you guys, and I love that you can communicate back. So I'm going to sign out real quick because baby girl needs me, but leave your comments down below, and don't forget to give this video a like and a thumbs up, and much love, y'all. Bye. Also, check out my family vlog channel. It's called The Zebra Tribe. Bye, guys.